The prehistoric world is often imagined as a place dominated by familiar giants, like dinosaurs, mammoths, and saber-toothed cats. Yet when scientists dig deeper into the fossil record, they uncover creatures so bizarre that they almost seem impossible. These animals looked like they belonged in fantasy paintings rather than in natural history. Their strange shapes, unusual features, and baffling body designs reveal that evolution was not a straight road, but a series of bold experiments. Some of these experiments worked for millions of years before vanishing, while others collapsed quickly and left no descendants. To understand them is to explore the creativity of life itself, a creativity that sometimes looks too weird to be real. The world that gave rise to these animals was ever-changing. At times, Earth was covered in dense coal swamps filled with giant insects. At other times, vast deserts stretched endlessly, scorched by the sun and shaped by dry winds. Shallow seas flooded continents, breeding strange armored fish, while icy regions tested animals with unforgiving cold. Each setting shaped bodies in new ways, forcing adaptations that sometimes appeared almost comical. An elongated neck here, an oversized sail there, a jaw that could shear bone in a single motion. The variety of landscapes created opportunities for strange experiments in survival, and the fossil record is filled with evidence of creatures that defied expectations. One of the most striking of these was Dimetrodon, a reptile often mistaken for a dinosaur. In truth, it lived millions of years before dinosaurs and was actually closer to mammals. Its most distinctive feature was the enormous sail running along its back, formed by elongated vertebrae. Scientists believe this sail may have helped regulate body temperature, acting as a natural radiator. Others argue it was used for display, making Dimetrodon look larger and more intimidating, or perhaps more attractive to potential mates. Whatever its purpose, the sail transformed this predator into one of the strangest creatures of its age. Another unforgettable animal was Dunkleosteus, a giant armored fish that dominated the seas over 350 million years ago. Its head was encased in heavy bony plates, giving it the look of a living tank. Instead of teeth, it had sharp bony blades that formed a guillotine-like jaw. With every bite, it could slice through flesh and bone with terrifying force. Dunkleosteus grew up to 30 feet long, making it one of the largest predators of its time. The sight of such a creature cutting through the waves must have been both awe-inspiring and horrifying. It was proof that strangeness often walked hand in hand with power. Then there was Tanystropheus, a reptile with one of the most absurd body designs in prehistory. Its neck stretched longer than the rest of its body, supported by incredibly elongated vertebrae. Imagine a lizard-like creature with a neck as long as a giraffe, but a body far too small to match. Scientists still debate how it lived, with some believing it hunted fish from shorelines, snapping them from a distance. Others think it waded in shallow waters, using its long neck as a stealthy ambush weapon. Whatever the truth, Tanystropheus looked like a creature designed in a dream, a puzzle that refuses easy answers. Even stranger was Sharovipteryx, a small reptile that seemed to test the limits of flight. Unlike modern birds or bats, its wings were not on its arms but on its legs. This gave it a triangular shape in the air, like a living kite drifting across prehistoric skies. It probably could not fly for long distances, but may have glided between trees in search of insects. It was an evolutionary experiment that never fully succeeded, but its fossils remind us that nature tried many paths before finding the ones that lasted. These animals raise questions that science is still working to answer. Why would evolution produce such extravagant forms? Why build a sail, a guillotine jaw, or wings attached to legs? Theories abound, and each feature tells a possible story. Sails may have regulated heat or signaled health. Armored jaws crushed prey that no other animal could manage. Long necks reached food sources out of reach for competitors. Leg wings represented a trial run in the long story of flight. Some features clearly offered survival advantages, while others may have been accidents of evolution, quirks that survived long enough to leave a mark before fading. But if evolution gave, it also took away. Many of these strange animals disappeared in waves of extinction. Climate changes dried swamps, cooled seas, or flooded continents, leaving little room for highly specialized creatures. New predators rose with sharper teeth, faster bodies, and smarter brains, pushing aside those whose adaptations no longer fit. Entire groups vanished in great die-offs, like the Permian extinction that wiped out 90% of life. The weirdest animals often disappeared first, their eccentric designs no longer suited to the new world unfolding. Yet their legacy remains, not in living descendants, but in the message they left behind. Strangeness is not weakness. It is life exploring every possibility. Modern animals still carry echoes of these experiments. Giraffes with their long necks, hammerhead sharks with their wide heads, and deep-sea creatures with glowing lures all remind us that the bizarre can survive and thrive. What once looked too strange to be real often proves to be exactly what survival required in a given time and place. As we study these fossils today, we see not freak accidents, but proof of evolution's creativity. Each animal is a page in a book written over millions of years, a book that often surprises with its imagination. The prehistoric world was not just filled with giants, but with oddities, each one an attempt by life to answer the question of how to endure. Though they are long gone, their bones still tell us that the Earth has always been a workshop of experiments, some successful, some spectacularly strange. The next time you see a dragonfly hovering or a giraffe stretching its long neck toward leaves, remember the creatures that came before. Remember that the world once belonged to animals so strange they challenged the limits of our imagination. Their story is not just about survival, but about the willingness of life to try, to fail, and to astonish. And if these strange animals could leave us one message, it would be simple. In the great experiment of evolution, even the weirdest designs deserve their time in the sun.